What is going on, guys? It's Trini Kid here, and today we are going to be having my first Q&A on the channel. If you did not drop a question on this video, can you please drop one on this one and see if we can get enough? If we get enough, I can turn this into a weekly series where you guys send me in questions every week. And at Friday, I go ahead and put the video, a Q&A video up every Friday. So let's see if we can get some questions onto this video. Also, let's see if we can get the video to 10 likes, guys. That would be great. So let's get into the first question. I have a few questions here some of them are from the same people. Like, they ask multiple questions. So the first question comes from Lord Brady. It says, if you could be anything in the world, what would it be? Now, I was sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to think about in the world would I be, and it would probably have to be, I don't know, probably I wouldn't switch like bodies with PewDiePie, but I would switch like keep my life, but switch channels with PewDiePie. Like, do you understand how much happiness that is? Like, you get to do what you love for a living and make millions upon millions of dollars doing it. Like, I feel like that is something that I would want to be in life, is just be able to do what I love for a living and make a lot of money off of it and be happy in life. So to answer that question, I would switch YouTube channels with PewDiePie if that ever came, which it wouldn't, but if it ever came about, I would do that. Alright, so the next question comes from Chemical Science Vlogs. So it says, would you rather be a turtle or a tortoise, and why? So I was thinking about this one too for a bit. I was like, turtles, they only live in water. They don't only live in water, but they need water to survive. And they live a little bit like shorter than tortoises. So I said I want to be a tortoise, because tortoises live like, think about, on average like 100 years or something like that. I think the oldest tortoise today is like 326 years old. So I would want to be a tortoise because they live long as hell. Even though I'd probably be like stuck in a zoo or in the wild for my entire life, but I'd rather be a tortoise. Next question comes from Ashley Smith, which is my girlfriend. Alright, she says, what are the top 5 things on your wish list? So 1 would be to marry you and have a nice family. 3 would be to have a 2016 Nissan GTR Nismo, of course. 3 will have to be like a really nice house in Florida. Like, the cost of living in Florida isn't that bad, so it's like real cheap. But like a house with like palm trees and a pool in the backyard, that's like always been a dream of mine. The 4th thing will have to be like stability in life, like just financially. And the 5th thing is, if I was able to do this, I would probably change the world and make it so that the society's set up to where you need a freaking college degree, a piece of paper like that says you're certified and blah 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 to work here and there. Those are the 5 things on my wish list. So yeah. So the next question it comes in from Akeem Thomas, which says, would you ever play a role in this game as a shooter? So if you're talking about in real life, I'm not playing in this game as a shooter in real life and get shot up and die. Maybe if they like asked me to play in the campaign and I was like character in the campaign, I would definitely do that if they asked me. Alright, so the next question it comes from Dan the Man. It says, if you could own any gaming company like Ubisoft, EA, Rockstar, which one would you pick? I was thinking logic for this one. Like, which one do I know will be around for years and years to come? So I said that I would own Rockstar, just because Grand Theft Auto is a series that I know will never, probably in like 20-30 years, still won't go anywhere. Like, it will be there and make tons and tons of money. And also they have like things like Red Dead Redemption. They have a lot of titles that just makes loads of money, like loads and loads of money. So I would probably want to own Rockstar if I had to pick one of them. The next question comes from Cyrus Perez. It says, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? If I could have any superpower, it would probably be to fly. I wish I could fly. Like, do you understand how easy it would be to go places if you could fly? But like, Like, you can just, like, if I wanted to go home, like, where I'm at in college, I'm 5 hours away from home. I could literally fly and get there in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, that's how easy it would be to fly. That would be cool as ever if I could fly. So, all right, next question. So Ricardo Peterson says, "What is your favorite COD game out of this series?" So my favorite COD game out of the series would have to be either between Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2. Those were probably the best Call of Duties that was ever made, that will probably ever be made. So yeah, those are my favorite 2 Call of Duties right there. So next question, okay, and this is another one from Dan the Man. It says, "If you could make your own game, what kind would it be? Shooter, adventure, survival, etc., and why?" Alright, Dan, so if I could make my own game, I would probably make, I don't know, I don't think it would fall under these categories, because I feel like it would fall under all of them. Because like I would make a mashup game of like The Sims, Grand Theft Auto, and Forza, where like you could kill people and shoot people and drive around in whatever cars you want, but like it'll be like real nice cars, and you could build your own houses and stuff, like have a family, and like I would just want a mashup game of The Sims, Grand Theft Auto, and Forza, and maybe a little bit of 2K in there. I play a little bit of 2K, so it would probably have to be all those games mashed up in one if I was to make a game. That file would be really big though, god damn. Alright, it's another one. It's from Ashley Smith. It says, "If I told you that this is going to be your last day in this world, how do you think you will spend it?" With you, of course, I would spend it. I don't know. I would probably go steal a Lamborghini Aventador and like black it out, get black rims, and just tint the windows like in that one day. If that was possible, like in that one day, I could do that. And just like run from the cops. Like, I'm so serious. And I would like run across country from like where I'm at on the East Coast to like the West Coast and just run from the cops in that car. That's what I would probably spend my day doing. Like, I'm dead serious. Alright, next question comes from Matt Hickson. It says, "What's the best game of TDM you had on this game?" Alright, so Black Ops 3, the best game of TDM I've ever had. So the best game I had on here on Black Ops 3, I think I went like 60 and probably, it was like 62 and like 5 or something. That was probably the best game I've had on here. But like I think it was Modern Warfare 3, I was playing Ground War, and one game I went 82 and 12. So that's probably, like, if you were talking about Call of Duty or just Black Ops, I gave you 2 answers there. So those were the 2 best games I've ever had in playing Call of Duty. This one comes in from Shane Shadow. So it said, "If you can live in any game, what would it be?" If I could live in any game, what would it be? It would probably have to be Grand Theft Auto 5. Cause like Grand Theft Auto 5 is fun. It's like the things you can do in Grand Theft Auto 5 is just, it's crazy. Like it's real entertaining to me. Like you could basically like die and like come back to life in Grand Theft Auto 5 if you lived in it. So yeah, it would have to be Grand Theft Auto 5. Next question comes in from Kyle Jackson. It says, what made you do videos, and how do you make them? Alright, so quick story. When I started YouTube, I did not have a capture card, I didn't have a capture card. So what I used to do is Xbox, and I know PS4 has it too. So Xbox One has where you can stream on Twitch straight from your Xbox. So what I would do is I would go on Twitch. Like, this is how dedicated I was to this when I didn't have like any subscribers at all. So I would go on Twitch, I would record like a few NBA 2K games. That's how my channel started. I started with NBA 2K games. I would go record some games in my park, and I would upload it to from Twitch. I would upload it to YouTube, and then after I uploaded it to YouTube, it would be private, of course, so only I could see it. I had this downloader where I could download the videos from YouTube to my computer, and I would edit it in the software called, I think it was like Video Editor. It wasn't Windows Movie Maker, but it was, so yeah, so I would download it, and I would like, all you would hear is just me talking on the Connect. Like if you go back to some of my videos, you can see it was just me talking in the Connect, and that's how I made my videos back then. And I would post them, and I didn't really make thumbnails back then either. I just started making thumbnails like last probably May, or No, not even May. Yeah, like last June, I think. Yeah, I just started. Started making thumbnails back then. I didn't even have thumbnails then. And it says it says how do you make them? So now I have a MacBook Pro, which is I think it has 5 cores. It's 2.7 gigahertz. I use that laptop for my gaming setup. I don't PC like gaming computers are way too expensive. Like they're like thousands of dollars, $800. Like I think that's way too expensive for a gaming PC. But then no, a MacBook is more expensive than that. But yeah, I feel like the MacBook just gives me it's accessible. It's accessible like everywhere I go. Like if I'm on road trips or something, take it with me, have my gameplay on there, edit it or whatever. So I use that. I use the Elgato Capture HD, which I am thinking about upgrading to a HD 60. And yeah, I mean I use iMovie to render my videos and everything. I use Paint, Pages. I mean, sorry. On if you have a Mac, you know what that is. It's called Pages. I use that to make my thumbnails, and that's how I make them now. So, last question comes from Dan the Man. This is a DM on Twitter. So it says, I know you like GTR, so if you could get a GTR for free, which one would you pick? The 2016 model, through the 2013 model, or the Skyline model? And I was thinking at first that I do want the Skyline model like really bad. Like that was my first choice of a GTR to get, was the Skyline model. And then I thought that I really want the 2016 model. Like they look so nice and sexy. Like I'm going to the car show this weekend, and I can't wait to go to the car show just to see a bunch of GTRs. Like it's not even funny. So I would probably have to pick the 2016 model. And that should wrap it up for this Q&A, guys. Like I said, if you did not put a question on the last video, put one on this video, and I will try to make this a weekly series if we get enough Q&As. And thanks for all of the questions for you that did turn in questions. Guys, please drop a like on the video. Let's see if we can get the video to 10 likes like I said. Subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to comment those questions down below.